Hausa News. First with breaking news.
Hello there and welcome to Marketing Edge on TV, Nigerians' leading initiative in the business of brand management and in the management of brand business. It is a 30-minute potpourri of brand news, branding focus and industry conversation, all in a mix, encompassing thorough and in-depth, all aimed at promoting the brand idea. I'm Ogali Mafuru.
It's insightful, it's exciting, it's enriching. It's Marketing Edge on TV, a half-hour TV show on the business of brand management and the management of brand business. Marketing Edge on TV is a potpourri of juicy and exclusive industry news on brands, advertising, media, PR, brand and focus, industry conversation, and the entire gamut of integrated marketing communications business. It's a business show with glamour and grandeur. We serve you hot and sizzling with all ingredients in the mix. Marketing Edge on TV, promoting the brand ideal.
Good to have you back. First on Marketing Edge on TV is brand news, where we'll bring you the latest development and happenings around brands and, of course, in the field of advertising, marketing and communication in Nigeria and around the world.
Now on brand news. Lagos State Signage and Advertisement Agency LASA has announced the hosting of the 2021 Out-of-Home Advertising Conference and Exhibition, slated to hold Thursday 23rd and Friday 24th September 2021 at the Eco Hotel and Suite on Victoria Island in Lagos. Managing Director, Lagos State Signage and Advertisement Agency Prince Adedamola Dosumu, who made the announcement at a press conference held at the agency's office in Alausa, disclosed that the event-themed roadmap for the growth of signage and out-of-home advertisement post-COVID-19 in Lagos seeks to find solutions to some of the issues affecting the industry, with a view to bringing them under the searchlight and to ensure the continued growth of the subsector.
Out-of-home advertising in Lagos now offers new technologies, new formats, more creative thinking to help advertisers and their agencies take their messages to consumers. It has become imperative to be in the forefront of any discourse which accelerates the growth and stimulates the future investment of the subsector and subsection. It is in the light of the above that we have decided to host the Out-of-Home Advertising Stakeholders Conference and Exhibition. This event is bringing together all key players in the signage and out-of-home advertising industry under one roof for 2 days, to discuss issues affecting the future of outdoor advertising in the state and the country in general.
The LASA boss further disclosed that a special keynote address will be delivered on the 24th of September 2021 by the Deputy Governor of Lagos State, Dr. Obafemi Hamza, on the imperatives of data analytics and automation for the development of a smart city, Lagos.
The main objective of this conference is for the government of Lagos State, under the able leadership of Mr. Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, who is our special guest of honor, to gain the confidence of all stakeholders and invested public through the policies and programs of LASA. And in essence, it will improve sectoral investment, to drive sustainable growth, to encourage regular engagement, and of course for the development of Lagos State as a whole.
Nigerians' leading restaurant group Eat and Go Limited has stepped in to cater to the academic needs and well-being of 1,200 out-of-school children in partnership with Slum to School Africa. The Slum to School program, a corporate social responsibility initiative, was launched to identify out-of-school children at slums in remote communities with the aim to provide them quality education. The fourth edition of the CSR initiative, which held at Akwa Bay in Lagos, was graced with the presence of Eat and Go and Slum to School executives, teachers, parents, children who will be recipients of this year's program, and volunteers who engaged the kids in career mentorship and advised them on the importance of literacy. InterSwitch Group, one of Africa's leading technology-driven companies focused on digitalization of payments in Africa, has announced a new strategic partnership with Code-Based Technologies to accelerate the digital banking transformation across the African continent. The partnership will enable banks, fintechs, and other corporate organizations to take advantage of new leading technologies so that they can continue to meet the evolving market and customer demand. This will enable customers to access an extensive range of innovative banking and payment products that meet their existing and future needs. World's leading advertising agencies, including McCain Publicis and Dentsu, have joined forces with the International Alliance for Responsible Drinking, ARJAN, to abide by new standards aimed at stopping children from seeing alcoholic advertising by influencers. The joint pledge recognizes the importance of transparency and gives clear guidance on how to market alcohol responsibly. The global initiative launched by ARJAN will help ensure alcohol marketing by social influencers is clearly recognized, responsibly advertised, and aimed at an audience over the legal purchase age.
Well, that was brand news. Next is branding focus after this break.
Everybody want enjoy. Everybody want in love. Everybody want to glow. Nobody want carry love. Oh, no, no, no. Everybody want joy. Yeah. Who don't like it better? And if you wanna talk to mommy, 7. If you wanna talk to your daddy, 7. If you wanna run online, yo. 7, 7, 7. If you want plenty data, 7. If you wanna go to bed, 7. One more 7, he says 7, 7, 7. Let me hear you say this supernova. 7, 7, 7. Boy, easy life in no dirty wahala. 7, 7, 7. When you use the code, it be like you in a lotto. 7, 7, 7. Let me hear you say this supernova.
The whole sensational world of love, now accessible through one code, *777#.
Will this penalty be the decider? What's going through the player's mind here? You could cut the tension with a knife. Is there one more twist in this long, rocky road to the final? And here's the kick, and he scores! They've taken the win, they're through.
Don't worry, my boy. There's always the next time.
It's into Igalo from the wing.
Join the winning team and stream every match with Glow special data plans. For everything Glow, dial *777#. Great supporters of football. Glow.
Our happiest moments with babies are playtimes. Interrupting our game to change diapers would have made us both unhappy. Fortunately, we have Morphix bands. With its elastic band that can stretch in all ways to fit well on babies, it does not lose its form, does not sag, so there's no need to change diapers frequently. Our games continue. Happiness movement spreads rapidly in all houses. Come on, mothers. Try Morphix bands. Join our happiness movement.
A peak protein breakfast gets you up to a great day. How do I know? Because my daddy goes through his work feeling good and always with a smile. Mommy is always filled with confidence. My sister is always in tune. And for me, learning new things becomes absolute fun. Because all day and every day, the peak goes on.
Start your day with a Peak Protect Breakfast. Peak. Reach for your peak.
Marketing Edge on TV, promoting the brand ideal.
Now on Brand in Focus. The beginning of the new decade 2021 has been momentous, to say the least. The COVID-19 pandemic crisis has threatened all that brands and their builders took for granted and radically changed every known strategy in the rule book. In the Chinese language, the word crisis comprises two characters. While one represents danger, the other represents opportunity. Put simply, the brands that can truly weather the new age storm are not those that fear and resist change, but those that embrace and capture new growth opportunities in a crisis. It is time for such brands to reposition themselves to ensure that they're ready to dive into today's new gameplay. For many brands, it has also been a struggle to stay afloat in a new climate. However, this new climate has equally revealed opportunities to reinvent brand building by capitalizing on current innovations and trends. To fully capitalize on the value of innovations, a holistic and dynamic approach is necessary to arm a brand with the arsenal it needs to innovate and create as the custodians build on the goodwill generated by increasingly valuable, albeit intangible, assets. In the new age, where the landscape is constantly changing, it has become even more important that brands speak with one voice across multiple channels. Reflecting on issues that are likely to impact and shape brand building in this new age, it is equally important to note that the ripple effect of social media has the potential to amplify every single communication made by the brand, creating a long-lasting, broad-ranging impact on consumer perception. Managing content on social media multiple channels could be cumbersome, while the use of such multiple marketing channels can be a potential game changer. Brands should be cognizant that social media can be a double-edged sword. With the number of people associated with and interacting with the brand, it is impossible to have complete control over the brand image unlike before. To manage the inherent risk of adverse publicity and ambush marketing, businesses must remain connected with their audiences and monitor the online narrative as it unravels. In the new age, where the social media has an even higher transmission than the COVID-19 virus, it is important that brands stand ready to mitigate any reputational fallouts in a prompt and effective manner. As brands take advantage of current market trends and opportunities, it is equally important, if not more so, to arm themselves with holistic intellectual property strategy that fits the new age demands and challenges. With our branding focus, next is Industry Conversation, where we interact with distinguished personalities in the field of advertising, marketing, and communication. Today on Industry Conversation, we shall be continuing on our conversation we started last week with the chairman of Sona Group of Companies, Mr. ARJAN MIRCHANDANI. After this break.
I need help, so please go to the market and get me everything I need to cook this food. Get my pepper and get my onions. I'm waiting. Do you know how to buy pepper? Do you know how to buy dashi? You won't even let my mother come and stay. I need help. You don't know how stressful it is taking care of these 3 kids. Are you still there? If you're not getting me fresh meat, do you understand?
Okay, I'm at the
Can
meat.
you switch to video call, please? Okay, get me that one. The one by your side. I thought you know. Okay, fine. Babe,
Where do I buy all these things now?
Hey, go get Glow Berekete and call madam.
Berekete. The heavyweight voice and data plan. Get 600 naira free credit plus 700% bonus on every recharge and up to 100% bonus on data plans.
Here today, gone tomorrow. 'Cause you volatile like the water. And you promise what you don't know. Sometimes it's right and then it's so wrong. Them go do like say them why. Go promise you the world. My brother all now worship. Up all on no be open eye. I see no be water. Now clear be letter.
the Smartphone Network.
Mom, we've got you now and always with the low cholesterol goodness your heart needs to keep the rhythm of your family going. 3 Crowns Milk. Healthy moms, happy families.
Marketing Edge on TV, promoting the brand ideal.
Then we went on a project which was agriculture based. Said, okay, we want to go and replace the sugar, which is imported sugar. And foreign exchange is not there if imported sugar is there. But if the foreign exchange is not there, sugar will not come. Said, okay, the best thing is to go for malt extract. Malt extract, which comes from sorghum. Now, there are 2 or 3 ways, if you look at it, the economy, sustainability, on a local basis, is okay, farmers are working. You have to help the farmer. You have to encourage the agriculture. You have enough land and a beautiful land. You know, you throw the seed at the back and all of a sudden you see the plant next day. Isn't it fortunate? Isn't it a gold mine? I think it's a gold mine. I think it's a great thing to have. So we said, no, we are going to go into that area. And we went into that area. Today we are doing very well. We have 2,200 tons capacity per month. We are now doubling, and we brought the new plant back again, and that plant has now been assembled. Next 2 years, we'll have capacity of 4,400 tons capacity of sugar replacement.
That's nice.
Locally, 100% locally. Now, if you look at economically, it really helps economy in terms of giving farmers a job, more employment, more transport coming from there. Yes, I would have loved to see that the government does something about railroad, which will save the road. We are not helping. They have to spend money on the road continuously. Roads keep on breaking because the trailers are not governed, whatever means. You see, the road is built on 30, 35 ton capacity of strength. All of a sudden, you see cement and other aspect, 80 ton. You will find the roads are broken. They cannot manage. That means the government has to keep spending money again and again to that sector. Instead of that, they can save the money, have a railroad. If you have a railroad, it will be transport. I think most of the countries, they do from the port direct railroad. Now, if you have a railroad, the container which is costing me on the road 1.2 million, it will be less than 100,000 naira. Now, if I save that money, it goes into manufacturing costs, and I can help public. So I think government can do. It is good to have a port, a special port, where people like us who are manufacturing has great opportunity in Africa to export. We can earn foreign exchange. It will be one of the very good foundation for the government. Have a special port where the containers will go only for export. Only for export. And that container will go through the ships much more faster, and you're able to earn foreign exchange. You can't grow the economy on one track, only oil. I'll be a history. Today you see, everybody is going on a different energy. Solar power, you see windmill, you see battery power, and it's all done automatic. The cars which are running now without gasoline, they are on battery. Now, these economies, if we don't change it, will not be able to cope up with Western countries. How do we compete with them? So government has to find a way to focus on those fundamentals. fundamentals are key that helps industry in terms, in fact, it will help the government and the people. Your cost impact must come down because it's difficult for government to keep increasing salary on the basis of that inflation. It's too much inflation. I'm sure you're not able to manage the house. You're always demanding more money from your bosses, which is why we think is the only way. Make it economical, make it sustainable. Let people have some money for the health care. They sometimes don't have money and they are not able to go to hospital because they go to the hospital, immediately the file is open, 20,000 naira, 10,000 naira, and people are afraid to go. They don't even know what's their blood pressure. They don't even know whether they have diabetics, whether they have any other disease, which are very deteriorating to their health, and they may have question of life. Every human being has a right to live. Every human being, good water, good food, good environment, good housing, which is important. We cannot grow and keep the society together. It is difficult unless these amenities are provided for the good health of people. So in my opinion, yes, there is a government that has to come in, and these are not the project that any private sector can take. It's possible the government can join the private sector and they will reduce the cost and it will help. Yes, the government has been doing like building road, putting a toll and so on. Yes, it's possible. And they will maintain and the road will constantly be strong enough to sustain all this area.
I think one thing that's very striking in your response is the need for the government to look towards diversifying the economy. I think that's what your group of companies stands for, diversification. But let's move towards the issue of recession. Now, the nation is, gradually sliding into another recession. What is the implication of this on production, especially in the FMCG sector?
FMCG sector relies on some of the items. I'll give you for an example. I mentioned to you about sorghum buying from farmers. We used to have sorghum last year at 90 naira per kilo. Today is 240 naira. It's going to 280 naira. Now, when you talk about reduction in the cost, one side cost, the other side is increasing, and you don't know how to face. On the other hand, of course, you don't have enough dollars, so you are not able to get foreign exchange. I have a lot of money to pay in dollars where I have imported packaging material. I cannot pay, and I'm paying penalty of 15%. The penalty of 15% paying, I can't pay from my pocket. It has to come from business. So the cost implications are too many. We buy Nigerian flour from Nigerian flour mill and so on. There's not enough flour. Now we are rationing. If I have a capacity of utilizing 1,000 tons, which is what I have, I'm only being rationed to 350 ton or 400 ton. My capacity goes down. I cannot provide enough food to poor men. I cannot provide enough biscuits and so on. We manufacture chocolate here, but chocolates are still imported. We manufacture biscuits. Biscuits are still imported. Why we are not protecting those industries to grow? We have enough of industries. We can sustain the market. We have 78 variety of biscuits, and we keep on producing new items because to give a choice to public that you must have a choice of freedom to choose what you want, what taste you want. Child cannot grow with only one item. Child mind requires much more horizon to grow. He cannot grow, say, okay, only eat this one. No, he should be given variety. He should learn from variety how it will help everyone. So this is another way to look at it. So the government must concentrate on the items that they are manufacturing. If they are able to do that, what happens? It gives the focus to agriculture. Those items, they start locally getting through. Yes, some items like chemicals and other areas you cannot get, but that requires little money, very little money. I think that will help.
Okay. I think in your response, you made mention of the fact that the raw materials, here in Nigeria is not enough for manufacturers, to use for the manufacturing processes. If I got that right. So what would you suggest that the government would do to encourage local production such that manufacturing sector would have enough raw materials to work with?
I have seen where raw materials are not coming, and they are based on backward integration of oil. Okay, and I've seen number of manufacturers now slowly springing up to make local packaging because it's based on oil. Now oil is available, so naturally you do. Same thing, oil is available, you can do fertilizers. So there are a number of things that slowly growing. But today, if I want to bring machinery, if I want to expand, I'm not getting foreign exchange. Now, if I don't get foreign exchange, I can't send Nairas to buy the machine. It's not possible. So these handicaps issues are there. Government is trying, but I know very well it is so difficult to buy anything without paying them foreign currency. You cannot buy. It's not possible. Nobody is giving us. So I think it's important for government to look at a good project and continue to invest and back those projects and not import items that are produced locally. One side you should save the money, the other side you should give the money. So the balancing is required in the system. If you spend money on luxury, you don't have money for food. So now you have to decide whether it's good for food or whether it's good for luxury. It is a choice that the government and government policy can make it. We cannot make it. We are only following the government policy and in the interest of public and customer.
Thank you for taking our time out of your busy schedule to be with us on Industry Conversation. Thank you very much, sir, for that privilege to have you.
Thank you. I'm grateful for having you. And you're welcome anytime. My pleasure.
So much, sir. Well, that's been an interesting moment conversing with the chairman of Sona Group of Companies. Do well to join us again for another exciting conversation on Marketing Edge on TV. Same time next week. I'm Ogali Mafiru. Bye for now.
At TVC News, wherever the big news story is happening, we're geared up to break it.